Welcome to the Guru class on Saturday. Thank you so much for joining. We are just waiting for few more participants to join in. Kindly allow us like a couple of minutes so that we can start the session. Meanwhile, just would like to inform you that the Q&A and the chat option is open for all of you throughout the Guru class, right? So you all can put down your questions in the Q&A session and we'll make sure that we take it up during the session or towards the end of the session. Kindly allow, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Kindly allow us like 2 minutes more for, to start the session. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being patient with us. Let us just go ahead and proceed with the session. Let me just give you a little brief, about the topic that we're going to take up today. The session that we are having today is on how, as in analyzing how Python is used in real world, right? So I think there's a technical glitch. Kindly just allow me a second, please. All right, thank you so much for that. Yes, so we have this session today on analyzing how Python is used in real world, right? So this particular session would be taken by one of our experienced mentors. Before that, let me just brief you a little about Unigaksha. Unigaksha basically is a platform that helps candidates from different, sector, maybe IT or non-IT, to upskill themselves as per the current industry standards, as per the employer's requirement, and get a job in IT sector. So we help you upskill and make a career in IT sector. Right. So today's session, you will learn how Python can be used, in real world. Just give me a second. Right. So we have our one of the experienced mentor who is gonna take the session today. Her name is Veda. If just let me just brief a little about her as well. So basically, she has done her engineering in computer science, and she has been her department topper already. If we talk about her work experience, she have worked with Caresoft Global as a team lead in machine learning domain and worked in various AI and ML projects. Her expertise are more in deep learning, image processing, TensorFlow, GCP. She's a Google certified deep learning, ML, and AI developer. All right, so please welcome Veda, and she's the one who's going to take the session ahead. Good morning, Veda. Can you hear me?
Yeah, thank you, Ruby, for the introduction. Yeah. So guys, I welcome everyone to this particular session. Of course, you know that like analyzing how to use this Python in this entire world, like we are going to learn about this entire topic today. Yeah, so now the introduction part is done. So now the planned agenda will be like you will be learning about what is Python language and then analyzing its advantages and then the various platforms which this particular Python is involved or where all the platforms this Python is included, or so you are just going to learn about everything in a detailed manner. Okay, and of course at the end of this particular session you will be getting an idea why you wanted to learn this Python and at which all platform I can pitch in, or that kind of understanding you will be getting at end of this particular session. Okay, so let's get started with that. Yeah, so first of all, Python language, right? So of course, like the persons who joined this particular session might be have an idea about what is programming language, or you might have been having some curiosity to learn what is Python, or somebody will be like a mediocre, like in between knowing some other language and then want to switch to Python. Okay, so for everybody, this particular session will be much more helpful. Yeah, so now Python. So Python is a programming language. Of course, everybody knew it. Like what is programming language? Like there is a computer and then human. We need to interact with that particular computer to with any of the tool. Okay, the communication language. That's it. Okay, like human, we are just talking it with some languages, right? The same wise, like we wanted to communicate with the computer. So the Python is one of the tool. Yeah. So now Python is the high level general purpose programming language. Of course, it is that. Like what is high level language? That means like it is going to have a high level of advantages, and also it is going to be worked in a much more platforms. Okay, we will be seeing that one by one in the upcoming slides. Okay, so first of all, like program is like entirely the only one concept you wanted to know. What is Python? Like Python is an open source. Okay, so what is that? Like this open source means you can develop or you can add any number of libraries which you wanted. You can customize it actually. Okay, so for example, there is already a number of packages or libraries which is present inside this particular Python. Okay, so you can also customize that based on your wish. Okay, so that is one of the important line. And also this Python is always standing at the top rank. Okay, so for example, like it is having n number of advantages. Okay, so first of all, like machine learning, data science, or whatever, like robotic automation. So there are n number of platforms this Python language is going to help you. Okay, so just learn one language and then you can try to ace each and every field. Okay, like the basic thing is you need to know one language, that communication language, right? So always prefer this particular which were high level languages is particularly okay, but this Python is much more rated high, right? So knowing the advanced and then always usable language is much more appreciated. Yeah, so that is the basic understanding of this Python language. Okay, so now analyzing this Python's advantages. Of course, there is a plenty of pros present inside this Python, so that's why everyone is digging inside this particular Python and then falling inside this particular domain, and then there are n number of Python developers in India and or all over the world, right? So first of all, the advantages are we are living in this particular digital world, right? So of course we know that there are plenty of data are available, and then we need to process that particular data. What is the main source? Like the entire raw data is coming to you, like you can process till the end. What is that? Like you can pre-process that data, you can visualize that particular data, you can manipulate that data. So entire process, if you know only one language, then everything will be easier, right? So that's what this Python is providing. So we can just move to that particular Python. Yeah, so that's one of the advantages. And then what else? Like there are plenty of libraries and then frameworks are available. Like libraries and frameworks means like there are plenty of operations you're going to do, like as a developer or as a software engineer or an ML engineer, you just wanted to perform n number of operations, right? So those kind of operations and all, you really wanted to do it by some of the languages. So if this Python is having an inbuilt libraries, then it's in like an add-on to us, right? Like they are just gifting us everything, so we can just use those packages or libraries for implementing our solutions. Okay, so this is one of it. And of course, like the Python is going to be the forefront of machine learning, data science, artificial intelligence, and then n number of other fields as well. Okay, so this is one of it. And see, it is one of the emerging particular programming language, and also you can work in n number of web development and web scraping. Okay, there are n number of platforms that is going to be the advantage. This is like a gist of what is advantages. In the upcoming slides, we can see the entire advantages in each and every fields particularly. Okay, guys. So now, yeah, we are just moving to the very first application that is applied in this real world. Like, what is that? Web development. Of course, web development and full stack development is one of the important field. Each and every software developer who is going to get interviewed or who is going to work in any of the company like MNCs or software companies or product based companies, everything like this web development is one of the important concept, right? So there, this particular Python is providing a n number of advantages inside it. Of course, what is that? Like, you can just take a note of it, like Django, Flask, and Bottle. Okay, so this is one of the important frameworks this particular Python is offering. Okay, so Django, that is having, that will work as a backend, and also if you wanted to incorporate any of the front ends like Vue.js or Angular or anything you wanted to incorporate with that, it will be providing. Even that Django is providing the middlewares as well. Okay, so of course, who is from the software background or the who is from having an idea about software development or web development, this particular Django is one of the important thing to take a note of. Okay, so just learn this Django, Flask, and then Bottle for web development. Of course, when you are learning about Python, you can implement these things. Okay, so this is one of it. And of course, there are plenty of other offers also it is going to be giving like in visualization. So visualization in the sense, okay, like the Google Analytics, you know, right? So in that particular Google Analytics and all, like each and every word this entire world is going to search on, right? Like each and every minute a particular words is going to be searched, and then that analytics and all, how they are visualizing by using this Python only. Okay, so there are plenty of companies, the big companies, they are using this Python for their entire applications. Okay, so that is one of it. And then the development convenience, of course, as a developer or as a programmer, like I can easily say that Python is one of the easiest language which I have ever developed. Okay, I have worked in n number of other languages as well, like Java or C# or C++. Okay, so there are plenty of other languages I also worked on, but comparatively to Python, like Python is one of the easiest and lightweighted programming language I have ever worked. Okay, so that's the convenience of the development and also for developer, right? So of course it is having an enhanced security. What is that security? Like means it is going to provide and secure, like in HTTPS it can easily provide. Okay, and that is one of the advantages. And then first development process, of course each and every framework is inbuilt, right? So for example, yeah, in Django and Flask, there is an inbuilt frameworks is available. Okay, you can just take that particular command and then add it into your particular program, and then it will be very easier for development, and the syntaxes is also very easier. So that's how it's very easy and very helpful for a web developer to switch to Python. Okay, so this is the basic understanding of web development. So now we are just moving to the one of the important topic which this Python is going to be helpful. Yeah. So what is that? Machine learning and artificial intelligence. Okay. So first of all, those who have a few idea about machine learning or artificial intelligence, I will just give you an introduction about it. Okay. So of course, machine learning means like exactly the same computer interaction, but you are just going to apply some algorithms. Okay, so to think or to make that computer to work on itself. Okay, just think like a baby. Okay, just it's kind of a model, or it's kind of a baby that is coming to the world, like it do not know anything inside what is world or what is that, right? So like each and everything we need to teach. So the same wise, this machine learning, we are just going to apply the n number of algorithms algorithms, okay, like supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and then reinforcement learning. There are n number of concepts available, okay. If you're learning about, if you got interest about machine learning and AI, of course learn the only important language called Python, okay. So of course this is one of the important topic, like everyone, like you might have been heard in past 10 years, like machine learning, data science, ML, right? So those kind of things, if you really wanted to get it, just learn the Python language, okay. So that is one of the thing. Like after that, like there is n number of inbuilt libraries that is present inside this particular Python. So that is will be helping for AI and ML. In upcoming slides, I will be explaining about what are all the packages that this machine learning and AI is going to be using. Yeah. See here, you can just take a note of it, like NumPy and Pandas for data analysis. What is that? Like numerical Python, that is NumPy. And then Pandas is like, it is also going to be helpful for data analysis and then data working, that if you wanted to work on with any data concepts, then you can use the libraries called NumPy and Pandas, okay? And after that, Keras. Okay, Keras is one of the library that will be helping for machine learning, okay? Like in a neural networks, if you just wanted to add any CNN or RNN, that kind of works, you can use this Keras for machine learning, okay. And then the third is SciPy. So this SciPy is for the technical computing, for example, statistics and probability. So those kind of concepts, if you just really wanted to work on, you can use the SciPy packages, Seaborn and Matplotlib for visualization. Of course, at the end of the time, while you are processing your data, you need to visualize that thing, right? So how you will be visualizing, like by using the Seaborn and Matplotlib. See, I just really added only the important libraries which I have used or which is commonly used in this entire world, okay. Like there are n number of other libraries is also present, okay. So if you learned about this particular libraries, then you can easily able to enter into machine learning or AI, okay. So this is the basic idea, okay. I'm just giving on, like
Hi guys, it's time for the first poll. Let's go ahead with that. So the question is right in front of your screen. What are the Python libraries used for web development? You have multiple options. That's Django, Flask, Bottle, Keras, Pandas, and the last option is A, B, and C. Right. So this is the kind of attention check that we are doing so that we know whether you are able to follow what is being taught in this particular growth class. So we just have few some more seconds for the school to end. Kindly key in your answers so that we know who is paying attention and who is actually following. Meanwhile, again, if you have any questions, the Q&A is still open for you. All right, so I see only 55% of of us are able to get it correct. So the answer is the last option, A, B, and C. The remaining participants were not able to grasp. You can always ask a question in Q&A so that we know and we can clarify your doubts. Thank you so much for answering this poll. Over to you again, Veda.
yeah. Yeah, so let's move to the another concept, like what is that Python application with data science, okay? So in the first two slides, you just got an idea about what is Python and then how to use that particular Python in some web development and then machine learning, okay? So this particular third part is very much important, like it is one of the highest paid job in this entire IT platform, okay? Like as a data scientist or as a data analyst or as an ML engineer engineer, or you wanted to be an AI engineer. Okay, so whatever it may be, you just wanted to learn this particular data science. Of course, by learning this Python language, you can able to ace this particular topic. Yeah, so what is data science? Of course, this is an multidisciplinary concept. Okay, of course, it is going to have an AI, ML, deep learning, and then data analytics and statistics, along with the some domain knowledge and then programming knowledge. Okay, so this is an multidisciplinary thing. Of course, it is going to be working with Python. Okay, so if you know Python, then you can able to ace this. And also I'm giving you one more information. For data science, you can also use R language. Okay, so there are two kind of languages, R and Python. Okay, comparatively, like 80% of this entire world, they are using Python for implementing this data science. Okay, so that's why this Python can be also implemented in this data science field. Yeah, so of course we know that in built libraries, that is like in data science, you're just going to implement the same machine learning only, right? So for that you can use keras, tensorflow, or n number of operations. Okay, so now look here, this popular libraries which this data science processes are TensorFlow, Pandas, and then Socket Learning. Okay, so what is TensorFlow? And that is one of the important package. Like this TensorFlow will be working with Python only. Okay, so like you can use this TensorFlow for any of the machine learning concepts like image processing or n number of natural language processing, speech to text conversion. Of course, like you might have been heard about these concepts in some of your while you are just learning about something, while you are scrolling something in LinkedIn, right? You might have been heard about some concepts related to that. Okay, so if you learn this Python, you can also implement this particular applications in your real-time thing. Okay, then you can add that in your CV, as if you are just searching for any job, this Python language add-on with the any of the fields which you're interested on. If you add that, of course you will be getting placed very soon. Yeah, so these are the ideas. And then the libraries which will be like for fine-tuning the data models, or there are n number of pre-processing. Of course, like I said you one thing, right? Data analyst, right? So that data analyst will be what that person will be doing, means like they will be getting a data, okay, to that particular company, and what they will be doing, they will be pre-process that data, and then they will get some idea out of it. Okay, so this is the work that entire data analyst and then data scientist will be doing on. Okay, so if we wanted to talk about this entire thing, it will be going for 2 or 3 more sessions. Okay, so this data science, of course, learn this Python, then just jump into data science platform. You know, this is the basic idea. Okay, so now the next topic is going to be the like audio and visual applications. Okay guys, so what does that means? Like of course audio and video, you know that like n number of applications is available in this online platform, or you might have been having that in your PC or in your mobile or anything. Like all the audio and visual applications which this Python is really helpful is, like everyone, you know what is this? YouTube, Netflix, and Spotify, right? So of course this entire 3 applications is having an Python in a backend. Okay, so that's what this Python is helped to build this particular applications. Okay, so this is the only one of the applications this real-time world is having. Okay, and what are the libraries? This is what you wanted as a developer or as an aspirant with the Python language. You wanted to learn Deja Vu, PIO, and Mignus, SkyPy, and then OpenCV. Okay, so these are the packages you really wanted to learn while learning about Python. Okay, then you can just move on to audio and visual applications. Okay, so by explaining this, guys, like what is the thing you wanted to get is, okay, if you wanted to get placed in any of the audio and visual related companies, like they are working on some projects with Python, you can learn this particular libraries and add that in your CV, and then apply for that job, then you will be easily getting placed. Okay, so this is the idea I wanted to let you know. Okay, so now software development, of course, in very first we saw the web development, right? So this is entirely different. That is in software development, like the entire application, it will includes the desktop, Windows, or any kind of development. Okay, so here of course, like the most of the applications we know that is Google, Netflix, Reddit, right? So all of these will be using the Python in their backend. Okay, so what they are working on, or what that particular thing is helping means, like of course suppose it is in open source and then it is platform independent, like you can install that in Windows OS, or else you can also use that in Mac or Red Hat. Okay, there are n number of operating systems available. You can use that thing. Okay, so what else? Like, of course, we are just again we are just going to talk about machine learning and artificial intelligence. Of course, it is going to help with that software development as well, and also like n number of other operations, guys. Like for an software engineer, like if you are from a software background, like if you are working with some other FSD, like full stack development, like with in JavaScript or some other thing, while you're just moving on to Python, like Django and then Flask, it will be very easy. Okay, I really telling you that, like just move on to Python, or just your company, if like it's based on the company, right? Like there are n number of companies, they are just using JavaScripts right now, and also they are using some other platforms. Like comparatively to that, learning Python and as a developer, it will be very easy. Okay, so comparatively, I'm just saying that. But for front end, you wanted to use that JavaScript, any of the frameworks like an Angular or React or Vue, something like that. Okay, so that's the basic idea I just wanted to give. And it's the time for poll 2.
All right, we have a reflecting on this study. Here we go. Which library is for machine learning? You have multiple options here. Kindly choose your option wisely, because you have been a part of the session and these things were covered here. So I'll repeat the question again. Which library is for machine learning? Keras, Pandas, NumPy, Matplotlib, I'm sorry, I just didn't know how to pronounce it, and Seaborn. The last option is all of the others. Let's see who all gets it correct this time. You just have a few seconds for the poll to end. Kindly give your answer so we know that you're active. All right, let me just. Okay, so I believe there is something that is not going correct, because the answer for this particular question was Keras. And I see only 15% of us answering this particular question correct. Rest of the majority have eaten all of the above. I still request you, in case you have any confusion or any doubts, or if you're not able to understand any part of this session, kindly raise a question in Q&A, so that Veda is there with us. We have all her expertise in this. She'll be able to take up the question, maybe in the session or towards the end of the session. So request you to put down the question if you have any. Thank you so much. Veda, over to you. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so guys, like the previous poll, that is like, of course, it's all about, like you can also use everything. Okay, like the particularly the what is the question it is asked is for machine learning, right? So for machine learning, this Keras is going to be helpful for you. Yeah, so that's what I really wanted to see here. Keras machine learning. Okay, so of course some other if I'm asking with data analytics or data analysis, then you can add NumPy, Pandas or that. And for visualization, if you wanted, like you can use that Seaborn or Matplotlib. Okay, so if the question is asked for particularly for machine learning, then you can use that Keras. Okay, so if Keras is available, just pick that. Okay, so that's the understanding I just wanted to give you. Yeah, so of course we are done with the poll 2. Now let's move on to the next applications. Okay, so what is that? That is CAD. Of course, I hope like few persons are coming from or if you are from a mechanical domain or something related to that, then you can really able to connect with this particular applications. Okay, what is CAD? Like computer aided design. Yeah, so that is the basic understanding. Like if you are working with as an mechanical engineer, or just imagine like if you are not from that also, I will be explaining that. Yeah, so while a car is building, or while a car is developing, that particular company, let's take take Ford or a BMW or Mercedes or any company, okay, just take it in that manner. While they are building or any new particular car they are just giving on, they will be working on as a R&D team, okay. So what is that they will be doing? Like for example, you can also take that for there is an S series or A series, okay, there might be some other series will be there, okay. Like in A series there might be some issue in torque or there might be some problems, okay. So like they don't wanted to build a new car with everything, and then they don't wanted to spend much time like amount like 1 crore or 5 crores or for building itself, okay. Like before that what they will be doing is they will be visualizing that in some of the tool, okay. That means it will be having each and everything like a door and then internal operations like internal connections of that particular car, okay. So the entire thing will be there. So you can use this CAD particular thing for visualizing that 3D and 2D, and once that R&D is approved, okay, the torque will be improved in this, then we can build this for as a real-time car, and then we can just deliver that. So those kind of things and all this CAD application will be helping. Of course in CAD, Creo, CATIA, there are plenty of other applications is also available. So every this Python is embedded, okay. So that's what I wanted to really know. Like for example, you can see that Blender, FreeCAD, and then Open Cascade, okay. So these are the other thing, and added to that CATIA and Creo is also one of the applications, okay. So of course like this particular thing will be helping with drawing and then designing of that particular car or any documents that is available or applicable with that CAD, okay. So of course this platform is also helping with CAD applications, okay. So don't imagine that, okay, if any automobile or mechanical domain, you as a developer, as a Python developer, will not have any scope. Of course you are going to have a scope in this platform as well, okay. So from this slide you will be getting that idea, okay. So eighth one will be the business applications, okay. So of course business applications, like for example in any company, just imagine like if you're working in a company, if you are if any other company, like they wanted to manage the entire organization along with the associates, and then few process will be going on, right. So there are n number of operations will be there, like you just wanted to streamline that particular thing as a business process or a business process management. If any company wanted to streamline that particular process, they will be using the Odoo and then Triton, okay. Just take a note of it. This will be really helpful when you are going to work in any of the Python languages, okay. So for example, CRM is one of the important. What is that? Customer relationship management, okay. So for those who are from the IT background or any of the company background, or those who are working with some companies or MNCs, you might have know that while you are entering your company, like you will be logging in and logging out, and then your attendance and then your payroll, everything will be there, right. So that kind of concepts and all will be taken care of the CRM, and then financial accounting, sales, and those kind of things and all will be taken care of this Triton and Odoo, okay. So this thing will be implemented in Python, okay. So take a note of that as well. Yeah, so this is what this business applications is helping on. So for the real-time business, Python is helping in this manner, yeah. So the next one will be the desktop GUI. So, okay, for example, if you're just going to some retail shop, okay, for purchasing a dress or a grocery shop or anything, okay, you're just going to and departmental stores for purchasing anything. Of course, right, everyone will be knowing that. Yeah, if you're going there, like if you are billing some applications, if you are doing some operations inside that, they will be having a system in front of that the billing person will be having, and then they will be doing the billings, right. So how that applications will work, that is like a desktop GUI. GUI means graphical user interface, yeah. So this is the basic understanding. So for desktop GUI, this Python is one of the important application. For example, you can use Qt, okay, key, WS widget, and Tkinter, okay. Take a note of this. Of course, like if you are going to become a Python developer, this PyQt, Kiwi, WX widgets, and then Tkinter is going to be helpful for any application. You can embed n number of operations inside it. Even you can embed machine learning concepts into Tkinter application. Okay, these are the libraries. Just learn about this. If you are wanted to become a desktop developer in Python. Okay, so this is the basic understanding. Yeah. Okay, so finally, this is the web scraping application. So for example, what is web scraping? Like each and every data of each and every website can be accessible. Okay, so that is the basic understanding. Okay, so if you wanted to take a data from any website or anything, you can use this particular Python for developing it, or you can use n number of operations. Okay, so how Python is helping with this web scraping? That's what your idea should be, right? So what Selenium, Pandas, and then Matplotlib. These three applications is helpful for web scraping. Okay, for web scraping, like Selenium is important. But you are using Pandas for accessing the data, Matplotlib for visualization. That's it. This should be your entire understanding about this. Of course, this Selenium will be helping with web scraping for Python. Okay, you can use that as well. So if you learned this single languages, see how many applications or how many fields you can work on and how many opportunities is available, right? So first, master in one programming language, like from the fundamentals to specialization, everything you wanted to learn, and then you can find your company, or then you can apply to that particular company, and then you can get placed. Yeah. So this is the basic understanding. Of course, I'm just going to add few other things. Okay, like in robotics, so you are just interested in robotics and automations, then learn about pydy, dart, py robot, and pyro. Okay, so these are the libraries that involved in Python to develop the applications. Okay, so for image processing, like image processing in the sense, if you wanted to work on any Instagram companies, if you wanted to get placed in Meta or Instagram or anything, that will be like entirely working with images, right? So those kind of companies, if you wanted to work on, just learn about Blender, OpenCV, Houdini, and then PIL means pillow. Okay, just learn about these packages, and then you can work with image processing companies. Okay, so the third is scientific applications. Of course, n number of companies are using in this, like R&Ds in Indian government based companies or government tie-up companies or non-governmental organization. Everyone is working on SkyPy. Okay, that is scientific pi. So that thing you can work on probability, statistics, and those numbers. Yeah, that will be related to physics and those kind of things. And Matplotlib for visualization, Pandas for processing the data. Okay, so this should be your understanding. So along with Pandas, you can also use NumPy. Okay, so NumPy and Pandas are brothers. Okay, just imagine like that. So of course, you wanted to learn all these packages if you are just interested in each and every platform. Yeah. So it's the time for poll 3.
All right, so we have a question right in front of the screen. Find out which library come under robotic automation. So you have multiple options here, which is PyDie, Dart, PyRobot, Pyro, and all of the above. Right, so you have this poll for today based on the session that Veda is conducting. I repeat the question again. Find out which library come under robotic automation. The options are PyDie, Dart, PyRobot, Pyro, and all of the above. You just have last few seconds left for this poll. Okay, so we have the answer here. I'm glad to see this time 64% of us has answered it correctly. So the answer was all of the above. Right, so seems that things are getting a little clear. Also, we have a question in Q&A. I don't know how relevant would that be. However, I'll still raise it. Can you give me any suggestion as to how to use Python has best skills in cybersecurity? So if I get it correctly, you want to know how Python can be used in cybersecurity. So, Veda, do we have an answer to this? I mean, is it kind of a relevant question?
Yeah, sure. We can take this question at Q&A topic. Yeah.
All right.
So there are just two more slides there. Like we will just complete that and we will see that. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Naveen, we will be answering that. Okay. So now we are done with poll 3. Okay. Now we just into topic why you need to learn this Python and you just got a basic understanding of it, right? So now, as of now, why you learned this Python? Why you wanted to learn this Python? That should be your question, right? So of course, it is going to be unconcise and then extremely powerful language, right? So that's why you wanted to learn this particular Python, and then what are the rest of the technologies, amazing technologies this Python is going to be having is AI, automation, and then machine learning. Okay, so this should be your basic understanding. Yeah, so after this, like there are n number of subjects like data analysis, data visualization, big data, okay, or there are cyber security or cryptocurrencies or Bitcoin. Okay, so those kind of things are involved. If you learn this Python, of course, you can explore much in that field as well. Okay, so these are the understanding I should wanted to teach you. Like by this particular slides, you might have got an idea. Okay, just we can learn this Python and then you can implement these and how to get placed in each and every domain. That's based on your wish. Yeah. So I hope this particular slides will be helpful for, right? So of course, at end of the session, you need to know how much numbers or how much thing you want to, you are just going to bring to your particular table, right? So I developer, of course, from a fresher, you can get from 6 LPA to 12 LPA as a fresher you can get. Yeah. So, and for experience, of course, it may be ranging. Like I just maybe added it very low. Like there are n number of companies that is blooming on like 12 LPA to 20, or there are few persons that I know they might have been getting like 30 to 35 as well. Okay. So for Python, I'm just not talking about only for Python. Like if they upgraded themselves with some of the other advanced technologies that is related to Python. For example, in image processing or in game development or in data science. Okay, so you can also implement the same. Yeah, that this is the basic idea I just really wanted to know. Of course, learn any of the languages. The one of the important is learn Python. That's the only thing. Yeah. So I leave you just like if you have any Q&A or if you have any doubts, you can ask, right? Thank you.
Okay, so we will definitely, you know, pick up the questions that are there in the Q&A. However, before that, we'll just have the last poll for this session, right? So just allow us few seconds to launch the poll. I would just want to brief you a little about Unikaksha again. So as mentioned, Unikaksha is an upskilling platform that helps you upskill as per the current industry standards. So we have industry vetted curriculum that will help you, train as per the industry standard and make a career in IT sector. So we have various programs, various courses that can help you, upskill. We have various courses that comes with 100% job guarantee as well. There are multiple payment options like pay after placements or maybe, easy EMIs that you can go for. So there is a lot of support that Unikaksha will provide you, if you wish to go ahead with the, with the course. I'm just launching the poll, so let us know in case if you are interested to know, a little more about our courses that we offer. Would you like to have a personalized counseling session with us? So here's the final poll that we have for today. Are you interested to know more about our programs? If you want to have a personalized counseling session with us, go for a yes. Maybe me or somebody from my team will definitely contact you and we can, discuss over your profile. The second option obviously is a no. You can choose whichever option you want to. However, if you are looking forward to build a career in data science, in IT industry, or some other courses, maybe web development, you can always opt for a counseling session from us. The poll is going to end in last few seconds. So it's just that, are you interested to know more about our programs? It's just gonna end. Okay, so that has been done. Thank you so much for giving us positive report on that. We will surely connect over a phone call and have a discussion about your profile and the option that we can. So we still have last, few minutes. I mean, maybe 5 to 7 minutes for this session. So let's take up the Q&A. We already have 2 questions, which we are gonna take it up. Meanwhile, others, I mean, you can still, put down your questions so that can be taken till the time Veda is there with us. So Naveen has asked us a question, Veda. I mean, how Python can be used in cybersecurity.
Yeah. Sure. Hi, Naveen. Like, are you from any cyber security background or from image processing or from software background? Like, I just wanted to answer you this. Like, if you are interested with cyber security, like, yes, of course, you are in cyber security student. That's really great. Like, of course, Python is going to help you much. Like, you can learn Socket, Scapy. Okay, I will just adding that in chat box. Yeah, just take a note of that. Yeah, these are few libraries which we can learn. Yeah, so there are n number of other things, right? Like nmap is also there. Yeah, so nmap is working with sockets and also the related to the ports and the scanning of ports and few concepts. Yeah, so the socket, you know that, right? Like, what is socket? If you wanted to establish a connection between the client and server thing, then you can really use this socket library for performing any operations. Okay, so this socket will be helping for that. And scapy is there, right? So that one will be like the library can forge or decode your packets. Okay, of course, as a cyber security guy, like, what is packets and what is the thing. Like, when the data is moving on, it will be in a format of packets. Like, you can decode that particular packets, and then you can work on that. So in cyber security, the scapy is one of the important thing which you can use for troubleshooting that network problems or machines or ports. Okay, so the hackers, right? So the hackers, they will be working with this scapy much for doing some hacking and all. Okay, just take a note of this. And what else, like a request and few things. Okay, there are rest of the things you can also learn, like from web development. If you work with web development, then just learn about Django, Flask, and then Bottle. Okay, if you just work in those things, you can learn about this entire concept of security along with that. Like, because Python is offering much more security than any other languages, you can learn that as well. Okay.
I hope, Naveen, that answers your question. All right, so we have another question from Tarun. All right, thank you so much, Naveen, for acknowledging this. That's great that the question is answered. Tarun have a question. In this program, I have to learn about full stack development. Tarun, we are a little unclear about, what exactly are you looking forward to us? I mean, can you just let us know a little more as to what you want from, what this question exactly means? I mean, I am just trying to assume if you're asking that you want to learn full stack development, then yes, we do have, you know, full stack development as well. Um, if you have keyed in a yes, to know about the program, we will definitely contact you and brief you, what kind of, benefits come along with full stack web development program. So we have this program which comes with 100% job guarantee. Um, all right. Raj has requested us to take a lecture on cyber security. Raj, we will definitely consider that. And if we have, you are definitely being updated about the session and the topics that come up every week. We'll surely, take it, as a request, and we'll try and get it done. You will receive an update, on what topics will be covered in the group class every week. Naveen again have a question. Does Wireshark tool in cyber field have some popularity like Nmap? Veda, that is for you.
Yeah, sure, Naveen. Like you can learn this Wireshark tool. Of course, this Wireshark, you can also implement that along with Python. Okay, just go and learn about this Py Wireshark. Yeah. So, or you can learn PyShark. Learn about this particular library. Yeah. So, as a cybersecurity student, if you are really interested with Python, you can embed your Wireshark with PyShark. Okay, so by learning with this, you can get your outputs. Yeah. So of course, like answering your question, you can get of course, like comparatively to Nmap, this Wireshark is also much more popular. Like this, if you wanted to entirely talk about this, we can have another session on this. Like we will be considering that, right? So thank you.
We have another question from Pragati. How can we get your course of data science? Pragati, we had launched a poll about, if you want to know more about our program. If you have keyed in a yes, then one of our counselors will get in touch with you, guide you about it. If you have keyed in a no, then you can still share your number in the Q&A, and we'll make sure that somebody gets in touch with you in order to, guide you further with the programs that we have. So if you've keyed in a yes, then we'll connect with you. If it's a no, then you can share your number in the Q&A. All right. I see there are no more questions left in Q&A. I will still leave you guys with another couple of minutes so that you can think and ask any questions, related to the topic, related to Unikaksha. Right. So I leave you with 2 more minutes, and we see if we have any question, we'll take it up, or else we'll end this. Tarun is asking, this is free for any course in this program. So basically, as mentioned, Tarun, we have very, this particular group class, obviously, this is free of cost. If you talk about the programs that we have many programs that comes with multiple payment options. So we have programs, that will give you a flexibility of pay after placement as well, wherein you have to only pay when you get a job. So those programs are 100% job guarantee programs. When it goes to the completion of the course, we have a placement team that will help you get a job. You pay us only and only when you have a job, otherwise you will have to pay us nothing at all. So you will have such kind of convenience with our program. So if you're looking forward to know more, let us know if you put in a yes in the last poll that we have done. If yes, then as mentioned, we'll contact you, or else you can share your number in the Q&A. All these application, which one is the most demanded application? Shrikant, I'm not really sure which applications are we talking about. However, I'll still want Veda to guess if it is something related to the session that we conducted today.
Yeah, so if you are Shrikant, if you're talking about which application is really demanded application in the sense like the field, I can answer. Yeah, like of course machine learning and AI, of course with data science is much more important, and then web development. Okay, that is full stack development, FSD. So those kind of things and all, it is much more very hot topic, and then you can get into that particular field. Yeah.
All right, Shrikant, glad to see that it answers your question. All right, guys, another few seconds that we will wait for any questions. Kindly let us know if you have any questions for Q&A so that we can get that answered right away. We have Veda, our expert here, so she'll take up the question related to the topic. You can also ask anything about Unikaksha as well, about our programs as well. We'll be more than happy to answer. Right. Guys, still you have a chance to ask a question if you have. Okay, I see nobody has any questions, which means it's the session comes to an end. However, I see something. Okay, which platform is best for learning web development? So, Shrikant, if you're talking about, I mean, I'm still unclear. If you're talking about edtech platforms, then definitely Unikaksha can help you because we have live interactive classes for web development, which nobody in the market provides. Right. So we have a course that offers 200% live interactive classes with immense practical knowledge and project work. Right. So if you're talking about that platform, then definitely you can let us know if you want us to contact you for a counseling session. I'm sure you might have answered that, last poll. So basis that we will definitely connect with you. Or in case if your question means anything else, which I am getting it, incorrectly, then you can surely type it again in the Q&A. Kindly let me know, Shrikant, is that what you asked for? Perfect. That's great. So if you have keyed in a yes in Q&A, I'm sorry, in the last poll, then yes, we will call you and we will definitely go ahead and brief you about, what kind of, program that we have for web development, brief you about what, how you can land a job in IT, companies as well. So this web development program, full stack development that we have is 100% job guarantee program. So we'll definitely connect with you and brief you about it. Any more questions that somebody has? Well, it was really great. It seemed to be, quite an interactive session with a lot of questions today. Thank you so much for being a lovely audience and spending time on a Saturday morning for a session. I hope this session was fruitful and knowledgeable as you might have expected. Thank you, Pragati, for acknowledging that. All right, I see we don't have any more questions, so we will just end the session now. Thank you so very much for being lovely audience. We look forward to see you in next Guru class. Thank you so much.